And welcome back to the channel, Nollywood Movie Review Thoughts and Questions. And today we're talking about a Nigerian drama that is a real emotional roller coaster. Now, this movie came out a few hours ago and it's titled Chances. The movie features Sonia Uche, Eso Dike, and Detola Jones. Now, if you look at the lineup alone, you know that the movie is going to be good. And it's one of those movies that will have you thinking about it long after the credits roll. It's the everyday movie. So everyday storyline, the story that you hear about happened to a classmate or a colleague or a distant relative. And this isn't just a regular drama. It's a deep dive into tough choices, shattered promises, and the wild and messy consequences that come from the decisions that people make when they're in love. You know that there are all kinds of decisions that people make, some right, some wrong, some horrible, and some for the future, and this is a story that really just takes a deep dive into some of these decisions and then the consequences of these decisions. Now, the storyline is real, is raw, is quite natural. Like I said earlier, it's the everyday story, if you're not used to stories like that, it can be a bit unusual, but to be honest, this is like the everyday story that you hear of, that people sort of deal with. And so if you're looking for a movie that is packed with raw emotion and a story that really makes you think, then Chances is a definite must watch. So let's break down why this movie is good, or why maybe we're scoring it a 4.5 out of 5. The story and the conversation and everything that you see in this movie is relatable. Now, from the onset, we're introduced to a 3-cast dynamic. Sonia Uche plays Abigail, Eso Dike plays Damien, and Detola Jones plays Mabel. Now, Mabel is Damien's flatmate, and Abigail is Damien's girlfriend. Now, one of the themes that consistently run through all of these Nigerian drama movies is the concept of, people who are not married, who are either living together or who are either exploring life as if they are married. And it introduces you into this relationship dynamic which has gone on for a very long time, but at this point the relationship between Abigail and Damien is at a pivot point where Damien gets a scholarship to go abroad, which is an amazing opportunity, but it comes with difficult choices that puts the entire relationship under pressure. But in all of this, Abigail is also always exhibiting jealousy tendencies because Mabel lives with Damien as a flatmate. Now, these two people are faced with decisions that forces them to confront their different ideas about family and their future. Abigail makes a choice she believes is best for both of them, but it's a choice that deeply hurts Damien. And you see the pain on both sides, the insecurity that I'm pregnant, you're traveling, what does that mean for me? And why would you think that I wouldn't choose you even if I go to some other country to go and study? I would always hold a torch for you. I would hold a candle for you. I hold my breath for you. Come back and continue what we started. Now, in the movie, you get to really wonder if the decision that Abigail made is something that they both can recover from. The film really does a fantastic job of showing how one decision can lead to a domino effect. and it brings about events that you didn't even see coming. Damien goes abroad, and you are thinking in the movie what will happen to them. Will they find their way back to each other, or will the distance and the heartbreak tear them apart for good? It really talks about realities. Like, it really talks about realities, what people go through. They don't have to if they'll do the right thing, but people put themselves in these boxes that sort of trigger them to make decisions that eventually comes back to bite them. Now, the acting is absolutely phenomenal. If you see a cast like Sonia Uche, Eso Dike, and Detola Jones, you know from first impressions that even if the storyline is bogus, you're going to see some incredible acting. And that's something that you see, and that is what makes the movie work so well, because Sonia Uche was stellar in this. Damien Eso Dike was incredible, and Detola Jones as well. These three people make you feel every bit of their pain, their love, and their frustration, and you definitely will find yourself taking sides at some point. I think that the part about this that really sort of excites me is that the story is really top notch. How the story is told is top notch. It's top notch, and it's slow. It's a deliberate, slow burn. You know, and it allows you to get invested in these characters. And before everything gets all chaotic, before everything all goes haywire, it really brings you into the world of the characters. And I think that's the part where you end up taking sides and you end up thinking that things should go a certain way and all. Now, the storytelling is top notch. It's a deliberate, slow burn, and the movie really allows you to get invested in these characters before the real drama hits. And the film isn't just afraid to explore complicated topics. You see that play out very well in the movie. You see that play out very well in the movie. The film also really tells the story in a very raw and honest way. It shows the painful choices, and it shows how one painful choice can open the door for others to enter and change the course of your life completely. The truth is, it's beautifully constructed, and it's a story that will literally keep you at the edge of your seat. It's really not the ending you would typically want to. You typically anticipate that, okay, this movie will go like this, will go like that. The ending may surprise you. So cinematography and picture quality, these two are great. Now, from first impressions, the color the color is a bit hard to get by, but once you get past the color, you're fine. The picture quality is great. The film looks clean, it's polished, it makes everything feel immersive, and it is shot in a way that really draws out the emotional confrontations and the quiet moments of reflection, and it gives the story a very good visual appeal. In this scene, Detola Jones is talking about Detola Jones's character is talking about how she would want to have Damien, but she knows that she can't have Damien. But you could feel the weight of whatever it is that she's dealing with, the emotional tug that she's dealing with, and you see these powerful expressions and the atmosphere that the camera work creates. The film is a real emotional gut punch, and it's an important one. It explores themes of love, betrayal, sacrifice, and the difficult choices that people face in relationships. And it also looks at the idea of what it means to build a family and the different paths people take to get there. This is one of the movies that will make you think about who is right and who is wrong. And you'll find that is not so black and white. It's a messy, complicated look at the reality of relationships, and it shows how past experiences, in Damien's case, his difficult childhood, can influence the decisions he makes in the future. There's a mix of emotions. There's a bit of sympathy, there's anger, there's frustration and sadness. And this is one of those stories that will make you reflect on your own choices and the people in your life. So why should you watch Chances? Now, you should watch Chances because it's powerfully acted, phenomenal acting, and it's a beautiful story that is told perfectly. And the story isn't afraid to go deep. It's a drama that will entertain you, but will also leave you with a lot to think about. If you're looking for a movie that feels real and has a ton of heart, this is it. Trust me, this is one of those films you'll be talking about with your friends. And you can check even in the comment section, there's a ton of people who are already talking about it. Now, for those of you who have not yet seen Chances, please go over to Sonia Uche TV and check it out. And you can come and talk to us about it. If you've also watched it, you can tell us what your thoughts are, what your thoughts were in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you.